Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a new episode of Kevysie Fate Podcast. I am your host, your boy, Kevin Davis. I am an entrepreneur, comic creator, writer, author, and I have so many hats that I don't feel like naming off the top of my head because I have too many to carry. But that's besides the point. And occasionally I get yelled at for not sleeping, but it's part of being creative. But today is not about me. Today is about a new friend of mine. We've been friends for a while on social media, and this is his first time on a podcast. And I hope he's okay with me saying that. So apologies for not asking first. But please welcome to the show, Mr. Frankie. I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
Frank Goody.
No, of
How you doing,
course.
my friend? All right.
I'm doing really well. And it's okay, my friends call me
Okay,
Frankie, so feel free to call me
man.
Frankie. That's what I go by.
Heck
That's like
yeah,
my
man.
friendly title.
Asheville
But I'm doing
Comics
really
is
good.
the
I'm
name of your
I'm excited
company,
to be
right?
here.
Badass name. But before we get, I know you have a Kickstarter
Yes,
going,
sir.
but
Yes,
before we
sir.
get hop into that sucker, tell us a bit about you, man. I know it's your first time on a podcast. Tell us your story. Like, what's your genesis, as I asked? Like, was it? Have you ever, like, from the beginning, like when you was a kid, have you ever thought about becoming a comic book writer, artist, or was there something a different path that you want to go on before this?
So comic book artist was never really, or writer was never really in my top 10. I
Ooh,
never even thought about like going the comic route. I really wanted to be a director, but I don't think directors really direct their own movies that much, right? And I'm all about the storyteller, being the storyteller. So that's kind of where I went.
okay.
I
Oh,
started
that's
writing a
amazing.
novel. I got about 100,000 words in, and I was like, man, I really want to see this. And, I looked around Reddit for some artists and found an artist, got some sample work, and never looked back. Man, I've been on fire since, fueled. So, is that what really inspired me growing up?
Wow.
I've always had these ideas about heroes. And then I went into foster care at a young age. So, yeah, like 12. It was December 22nd. I don't know the year, but right before Christmas, I kind of went through a little bit of a depression and I started just writing heroes, writing like role models, people I wanted to like
Wow.
influence me and who I wanted to
Man,
be.
that
So
is that's
that's kind of
powerful right
where
there.
that all
That is
started.
powerful.
I would say that would be my genesis.
You wanted to be a director. That's freaking cool. I'm like, it's funny.
Thank you, thank you.
I started like learning photography a couple years ago, and I'm actually picking it back up now. And I got some equipment with me now and everything. Like I'm studying cameras. It was like I didn't grow up reading comics at all.
That is
I didn't
real
know
awesome.
comics was a thing until 2020 for me. When we was in COVID and everything. Like I'm already a homebody. I was like, this is not new for me. I was like, I'm at home always anyway. So but I wanted to like stimulate my brain because I didn't want to watch like media all the time
Yeah.
in the house and everything. And so I chose to get on TikTok because it was a big thing back then during that time. And I was like, what is this TikTok thing I keep hearing about? Yada yada yada. It was like, fine, I'll make an account. Got on there. I saw Marvel and DC's on there. So I was playing like movie trailers, like or if you get some movies or TV shows coming out, you know what I mean? But no, this Marvel account was talking about their comic books. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what is this new thing? Because it was new to me. And they was starting, yeah, yeah. And I was
It's a
like,
little bit
what the heck
addicting
is
too,
this?
isn't
And
it?
so I went to their website for the first
Yeah.
time, Marvel and DC. And
Yeah.
so I went to both their websites. And I see all these thousands of books of favorite characters I love from like I watched their movies, their TV shows, the animations. I was like, I saw the Spider-Man comics, the X-Men, the Thor, the Captain America, the Black Panther. I was like, have I been in such a deep hole that I did not know that this was upon me my entire life, even longer than. And so I went and like got some like their digital property. I was like, I wasn't sure if I'm gonna like it or not. I was like, it's my first time getting to whatever this comic book world is. And so I started reading, like, of course, I went to my Spider-Man first because I grew up on Spider-Man because I saw the Tobey Maguire movies and like the animation, old school Spider-Man animations on Saturday night. And I went to like, I am a big Thor fan, so I went to check out the Thor comics. I'm a big Black Panther. I'm a big Captain America fan, so I went to check out their digital property and like learning like these different characters and like now I understand the characters in the movies aren't like how they are in the comics. Like now I understand it. Now actually reading yeah. After reading the
There's so much
comics, I was
more.
like, oh my God. And so like when
Yeah,
Guardians
there's
3
so
came
much
out, I
more.
learned about Adam Warlock. They said that is not Adam Warlock. So I went and read the comic. I'm like, you're right. That is like what the crap, James? And so it's like my brain just started clicking as I'm like, I haven't been the nerd I'm supposed to be until now. And so like Literally, it's an awakening for me. It's like now when
like
I'm
an
watching like the
awakening.
Marvel TV shows and movies, I understand what the characters are
Yeah,
now by reading their comic books. It's still something I have to read though, because I've been like I'm still behind on a lot of things. Like the Batman animation series I need to watch. Like I read like the Batman Halloween comic, I think it's called. That's what Robert Pattinson's version is based on. I was like, Jesus, I have really been in such a deep hole that freaking long. And then on with DC, I was like, I love Man of Steel because I grew up on Smallville, all 10 seasons. And like so, my introduction to Superman was technically Smallville. I love Henry
nice,
Cavill
nice.
Superman. I didn't even know about Christopher Reeve Superman until after I watched Henry Cavill's. So I'm like, bro, how the heck did you get two dudes that have a similar name that played Superman? That is hilarious. Right. And then there's like my
What are
brain
the odds,
just
right? One in a
exploded
million.
after like actually getting to comics. Well, my curiosity was like, okay, how did they make these? And like, 'cause I got to a point where I was like, I'm tired of like seeing the same old rehashes and like Hollywood and stuff. And like I crave, and a lot of people crave creativity and like originality. And so I legit spent like 2.5, 3 years studying the craft of comics to learn how to write it, to learn how to get the art for it, and to budget for it. And I know a lot of people said their dream was like to work for the big two. I did not go that route. I care not to work for them, if I'm being honest. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't. I, I'm I'm not interested.
yeah. They say
I'm not
everybody want to
interested.
write a
I was like,
Batman
no,
series,
I'd rather
but
build my own thing and become a big one someday. So that's why I started my own publishing company. As you see behind me, my Kevysie site, because it's my site of story. Right. Anything is
Kevin
possible.
said it's
Never
gonna
say
beat a
never,
big
man.
three,
I was like, I always make the jokes.
right?
My name
Right.
is Kevin, but I'm not Kevin Feige. I'm quality over quantity. But if someday Marvel and DC potentially see me and they learn with my writing, if they present me an opportunity, I was like, it depends on what the heck they want. And funny thing is, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, funny
Just not
thing
why
is,
you
I
got in it.
used to hate writing with a passion.
Same
Like,
here. Yeah, exactly.
especially in high school, like writing essays and stuff. God, it was so annoying.
Okay.
But my mother taught me saying that if you think about it, the thing you hate the most, you're actually really good at. And I hated writing the most. And it's like, shit. And then as my ninth grade year, it was like after American history class, our first paper, my teacher graded us or like leveled us 1 to 5. Where it's like 1, you need a lot of help. 3 is like you're there, but I want to push you to that professional college level beyond like a 5. First paper ever, I was a level 3. And my teacher told me, you have amazing writing. Now I just want to push you to that professional level of writing. And so I was like, really? Me? Like, me? Are you sure? Because I freaking hate writing. And then that my brain just started clicking. I was like, okay, maybe I can do something with this. I was like, maybe. And then I learned my mother is also a writer because she let me read her murder mystery book before it's published. And then my brain really started clicking. I was like, can I do this? It's like that what if type of thing. It's like what if or can I or it's like should I? And then like the imposter syndrome started
Yeah.
trying to sneak in there and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, I can do it. I mean, so I in throughout high school I went back to my former teachers and like to show them how my writing grew over the course of of high school, and they're just like, "Wow, you did amazing." And then I graduated high school. I worked at my summer leadership camp called Bridge Builders to learn leadership, to learn management, how to work with people, how to network, and how to be basically a business person, like a business leader. And I haven't had a 9 to 5 job since that, which was 2018. 18 years old. I haven't had a 9 to 5 job since I was 18 years old. So yeah,
Heck yeah, man. And that's important just to go out there and do the thing. And
man,
I
thank you
see
so
you,
much,
man. You're
man.
running with it, and that's
As of
really
today,
important. I'm
tomorrow's
I'm
my eighth
proud of you,
years
brother.
as an
Because
entrepreneur.
heck,
That is crazy, bro. It is
heck yeah,
freaking crazy. I was
heck
like,
yeah.
I never,
And it,
like, growing up,
it's
I
with
never
time,
really
man.
even thought about what I wanted to do. I was a very nonchalant kid. I was like, I heard people, they want to be doctors, they want to be beauticians or firefighters or actors
Yeah,
or a business person. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm just like, and then it's like, when I was 18, everything just started flowing. And it's like, I don't think I could work for somebody else. I wanted to build my own thing. And so I legit researched I started designing clothing first, and I started getting like my family believes in me, and they started investing in me. Like people ask me, "How did you do this from 18 to now?" I'm like, family investment started, and then I started learning marketing a bit, and I'm still learning marketing now as everything evolves and changes. God, it is. And so now I'm 26 years
It's a
old, about to
beast
be
in itself.
27 in September. I have my associates in human services. I have my bachelor's in professional studies, and I'm halfway done with my master's of business administration. And dude, it's been a heck of a
That
journey,
is
but I've
amazing.
been blabbering way too
Heck yeah.
long. I want to learn more
It,
about you, man. You have Asheville Comics is your company, man, and you have your
um, um,
first book out. How do you pronounce the title of your comic again? There'll be Jack. That is so freaking cool. That's such a creative. God, I love indie.
They'll
But
be
this is
Jack.
your this is
Seeds
your
of
first
Ruin.
comic book, right? I believe. Dude, tell us the
Thank you.
backstory. I mean, I had the honor of reading it,
It
guys.
is my
Opening the
first comic
first
book,
page of
yeah.
this book, I was completely just thrown off the card because I wasn't
Heck yeah.
expecting like it to be open with action. Look at that beauty right there, guys. Oh my God. So please tell us, how did you come up with the story, and just tell us what the story is, man, because wow.
So I am a dungeon master. I've played Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, and I do a lot of homebrew. And when they asked me to like be a dungeon master, I was like, you know what? This would be
Yeah.
like a great world building experience because I already have a story set in this world, and it wasn't Thelby Jack, right? But I was like, let's do it. I wrote a little first episode, and Thelby Jack initially was the one who broke the party out of jail,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
immediately he was like supposed to die, one-off character. You know what I mean? Like helped you out, and then he was like killed. You have to find his helper and find out his backstory. But my characters being new and me being new, they ran up to him. My character was like, he's alive. And I was like, is he? That's the news to me. Roll for it. And they rolled high. And I was like, you feel a faint heartbeat. And so now I was like, dang, now I have to bring him back somehow. And the more I started writing, the more I was like, okay, well, let me go this direction with him. And he became kind of like a prequel character to the story I want to write. And so really he's the beginning of this world that I want to build. I like to describe Delby Jack kind of as a cross
Ooh.
between Batman and Iron Man, but set
First
in the D
Battle
and D
is freaking
fantasy
dope,
world.
dude. And
And
this
instead of
Kickstarter
tech, he
is in
uses like
the
cursed
description of this
relics.
video, guys. So make sure you go back here as we're talking about it. And this Kickstarter is book number two, as it seems. And we can give book number one too on this Kickstarter, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
and I do have exactly. Yeah, there is a bundle, a digital bundle for $7 and a physical bundle I want to say for
yep, there it
15,
is.
and you get both issue 1 and 2. I try to get a lot of tears in there. Thank you. But I've been really happy writing this series.
Let's
I'm actually
go.
just
Heck
finished
yeah.
issue 7 on the script side of this. Um,
That's what. So you actually
yeah,
wrote this as a
like I said,
novel first.
100,000 words.
Wow.
So, and then let me tell you, as a novel, and it's so hard. So each chapter is kind of like I cut it down to an issue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just like you would imagine a book being made into a movie and how you lose a lot of information, it is so hard to like pick and choose the parts that you need to like
Mhm.
tell the story. But being such a visually driven story, shout out to the artist Slobodan Jovanovic,
I like this vibe. You say it
who I
has the
work with.
Witcher meets the
He
Avatar
does
Last
such a great job
Airbender
bringing it to life.
vibes with the emotional punch of Invincible. Ooh, that's a good combination. It's like,
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Thank you. I really
nice.
like Invincible. I have one episode to go to be caught up.
Mm.
Um, I feel like they hate on its animation a lot, but I've read a little bit of the comic too, and like the first episode, the fight scene, it is just they really do it
Dude,
justice.
can
It's
you
like
explain
really
to us what's
good
happening in this
compared to
cover right
like
here?
what they
It's
show in
like
the
it's very
comic, in my
bloody.
opinion.
Mm.
So whenever I like to do 3 covers per issue, and they all kind of follow a theme. So this theme is friends, enemies, and
Nice, nice.
well, what did you expect? And then this is the what did you expect cover. It just
Mm.
gives a little
Mm.
synopsis of kind of where the comic's gonna go without spoiling too much. And it sets up for a little bit of a surprise too,
Mm.
because it gives you an assumption when you look at it,
How did you
but
meet your
not necessarily
artist?
what you see is what. it's gonna happen,
Nice.
if that makes sense. Reddit, comic book collabs. I went through a couple different artists, kind of looked through their portfolios. I'm trying to see if I have his book put up here. He does another book, North Still, I believe it's
Oh,
called, for
animation.
another writer.
Wow.
And then he does some different animations and stuff, but I read some of his book. hmm like a little synopsis that he sent me with the animation. I don't remember offhand, but he worked on animation and a lot of different things. And I just really loved his style and how he just was very detailed with everything. And so I reached out to him. We work page per page, so I pay him weekly per page, and then he
That's
usually
fast.
gets me about 2 pages every 2 weeks or whatnot. Um, no, he's amazing. Yeah, sometimes it'll take him a little longer, but I never judge. And then like issue two is completely financially funded. Like I'm at 55% right now, but if I don't
10
fund this,
days to
I'm
go,
moving
guys.
forward with
Get this
issue
book
three.
funded on
Everything I collect
Kickstarter
from
now.
this is gonna be kind of
Ooh,
yeah,
this
and
is
I'm really
beautiful.
excited. I have some fun stretch goals, some stickers I created. Yeah, that's another cover for issue one, cover
Ooh, I
A.
like that
That's
cover.
where the
I
quote,
like that
"There's
cover.
nowhere to hide under the
Awesome.
sun" for Thelby
And
Jack came.
this is the artist for this cover. Chile.
Yeah,
Wow.
Adan. Yeah, he does noise artwork. I love working with international people and like people who a lot of people tell me they love comics, but they don't have
Yeah.
a big comic like market out where they
I have
are.
an
So
artist
I
friend
love
that's
when I
doing a
can
book for
help
me that
promote
I
and get
think
like
he's
younger
based in
artists out.
Chile as well. He has a beautiful style. It's
Heck
darker
yeah,
than this book, I believe. He's very talented if you're ever looking for another artist. But I think you'll love his style. He works
heck yeah.
fast. He's very easy to work with, and then he basically told me the same thing that there's not like a big comic market out there.
And I would just love to like make it and be able to look back and be like these guys get my covers and have them be able to
I
put
know
that in their
Harrison Prime. He's right
portfolios and
here.
everything like that. I'm all about boosting
From
creativity.
Cosmic Land Studios, I believe. This is a
hmm
nice cover though.
He has his own printing
Cover A
press.
Friends by Harrison. Nice. And why did you title this
This is
Friends?
Friends. Just to go back to that theme. So this one is
Nice.
Friends, and then I have another one by another indie artist called Enemies. It's just kind of the dynamic of the conversation they're having. The elf really wants Delby to join his cause, and Delby's not really with it at first. So Delby's like, "Who are you? Why are you following me?" That's kind of explained in the last book, and
Here's
then
the
he
enemy's cover.
got
As
the
you look.
drop on him with
Now I
his
see it.
electrical relic,
Heck
and
yeah,
then
dude. Uh,
this guy I've been talking to for a long time, since I first started
wow, it's only
Asheville
been a year. That's freaking
last
dope,
year.
dude.
I've been doing this for about a year now. So
This is
this
freaking
is his first
amazing.
comic
Especially as
cover,
your first.
and I'm really happy
Heck
with how it
yeah.
turned out,
Wow. Dude, this is amazing. And, he's based in Georgia.
isn't it?
Nice. I love Georgia.
So
Well, I haven't been to Georgia yet.
and then
Heck yeah. And how many pages is the book at each issue? 22. Nice, nice.
22. I'm going with 22. Yeah. Um, and of course, if my artist
Yeah,
needs more
smart
room, I'm going to
like in
expand that. But
production
I'm
wise,
aiming for
especially
22
depending on
each issue
action
as a
sequences,
standard.
sometimes the page need to expand a little bit. So yeah, I got that. Mhm.
And my artist has such like he takes what I'm like thinking in my head as compared to what
Dude,
I
don't
put
you
down on
just
paper,
love
and he
that when an
just makes
artist
it.
takes
I
you
couldn't
what you
ask for
give them
better,
and
to be
they
honest with
just
you.
exceed your expectations? Would that be a color version?
I was so happy. So my plan is just to be black and white with the color pops. And then I'm gonna do a trade at issue three. I already have my eyes on a talented
Nice.
colorist who I wanna
Ooh, trade
I
at
wanna
issue
do like
three.
a
I
colored
like that,
trade.
man.
So bring him to life a little bit.
Mhm.
I have quite a few arcs already planned. First one's the rising legend of Thelby Jack. It's gonna
Mhm.
follow Thelby Jack joining this group and becoming a rebel for peace. I don't know if you can pick up on the first issue, but the Sun Kingdom is bad people, obviously. They're kind of
Mhm.
fascist. They believe humans are the dominant species and they should
Wow.
be worshipped almost. And if you're not a human, you're a monster. And Delby Jack being an orphan and an outcast, he doesn't agree with that. So, and the things he had to like endure and overcome kind of drives his
Heck yeah,
want
dude.
for peace. So it's a big driving factor for him in his decisions. And then the next
Hmm.
arc would be Nocturne Hollow, which will follow him on his first magical heist into a city of
Gotcha.
dark elves. And then the prince of the dark elves is named Velkin Darkthorn. And there's a big story on him. I actually have a
Oh,
spin
it's like a
off
prequel.
comic that's going to cover his life.
Nice.
So he's going to become another kind of character. And
Hmm.
yeah, so basically, Delby Jack is going to be the main
Yeah.
storyline, and he'll meet characters along the way that will branch out
More than
and become
halfway there,
important. I'm trying
guys.
to
The
build like a
Kickstarter is in
universe.
the description of this video while you're
Um,
watching. And you guys see you have a trailer here. Let's play this trailer real quick. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome, bro.
Please, please. Thank you. I
And
couldn't have
again,
said it better
guys,
myself.
let's get issue 2 funded. Let's continue the series going, guys. Kickstarter in the description of this video while you're watching, man. How many issues of the main series you're planning on doing? And like, do you have an end in mind for it already?
So I have 22 issues mapped out in my head, which would be about 4 arcs. And that's going to end
Nice.
the main first story, Seeds of Ruin. And then we're going to do
Sick.
some funky kind of time bending stuff. And we're going to bring in the Nets arc, and the Nets kind of the story. I kind of plan on 3 big overlapping events and then like a major world shift. And then I'm going to get on to
Nice.
like a sailing character named Raphael Trio. Same world, but it's a little
Mhm.
different. Basically, Delby Jack takes place in Ozark, which is a Pangea, meaning it's a all one continent surrounded by water.
Uh-huh.
Something's going to happen that will break up that
Yeah.
continent into kind of more of what a world we know today with seas and everything. So just a major
Heck
event
yeah,
planned
man.
and
Heck
then
yeah.
new sets of
Also,
characters. So
congratulations on
I
the
plan to
win,
be
man.
around
I'm
for a
proud of you,
while.
brother. I like that. Like this marks my 4 years in this crazy
Thank
industry.
you. Thank you.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long at all. But
Heck yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
There's definitely times when you're
That
like, am I
imposter
doing the right
syndrome is
thing?
no
You
joke.
know, like, is this what I want to do? But I'm happy, stay the course. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I lost the backer
Yeah,
like 2 days ago,
yeah,
and
that's the
then
one thing
I
about these
kind of hit me.
platforms.
You know
There
what
are
I
like
mean? I'm like,
scammer
dang,
backers.
am I doing something wrong? But
It's annoying, man. So I get it. Yeah, but yeah, stay the course. Keep your head up, man. I know people say
but
follow your
stay the
dreams,
course.
but I don't even like that saying because one, because when people say follow your dreams, they don't really give you the maps of how to do it. So I always say figure out who you are first and figure out what you love, and then follow what you love and continue to do what you love. Yes, that part. Do not be
And
afraid to
don't be
experiment
afraid to
and take a
experiment,
risk
man.
at times
You
because
know,
the biggest reward comes from risk taking, if I'm being honest. Mm.
I did my first kind of tabling event. It was at Riverside Community College. It was called Lit Chilla, and my wife can probably tell you I was a bag of nerves the day
Mm.
before. But and that's just what it is. You got to get over those nerves because it was such a fun event. But yeah, that's kind of one of the things I kind of have to
Mm.
learn to deal with is
Heck yeah. As the more you do
getting
it,
over
the
my
more you're gonna
nerves
get
and
used
just
to it,
doing the
man.
things, the
That's why
scary
I got into
things.
podcasting. I had to get over my nerves because I didn't know how to talk to people for a while. I was hesitant on my first podcast. I'm like, I can be your guest, but can I host? Is the question. I was like, can I hold a conversation? Like, can I start a conversation and hold it as a host? And the more I became a guest on other podcasts, it's like, yes, I think I can. And so I started doing this. I'm like, because I've always been interested to help people the best way I can, and being around the similar mindset of people, it really just takes the nerves away, and it becomes really fun. But yeah, but whoever like wants to get into any
Yeah,
type of industry,
yeah.
just one, take a breather, don't overthink, do what you love, and map out your path. And don't be afraid to ask questions because there are people that came before us that can teach you wisdom of how they got through it. The fact that you're even asking a question that makes people excited that you want to get into this. But before we hop off, where can we follow you on social media, man, so we can support you?
So I'm under the Asheville umbrella. Asheville Comics on just about everything. Kickstarter, obviously, TikTok.
Yeah, I'm
Instagram,
starting to love
Facebook,
threads because I'm
the
getting a
big
lot of
three.
engagement on threads,
Threads.
which
I love
is
me some
very
threads.
interesting.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
finding people on threads and so many
yeah,
different people who are just like real,
agreed.
you know.
Yeah.
You get that more real vibe than you will at Instagram or everything else. So reach out. I'm also building a partnership with another guy of mine. I'm gonna butcher his name if I try to say it, but amazing guy. Omkar. He writes Mother.
Okay.
He is based in India, and we worked out a little bit of a partnership.
Let's
So he
freaking
has the
go.
right to distribute my books in India. So he has his own printer and stuff, which is,
Yeah.
and he translated it into their own dialect and everything like that too. So yeah,
Let's
that was a
freaking
big move
go,
that
bro.
I was really
Yes. I'm
scared
proud of
making
you,
my first
man.
year. But like you said, you know, just dive in. Don't be afraid of making
Hell
moves.
yeah.
And he's amazing. So he's ready for issue
It
two.
is.
Just,
It
you know,
is.
I feel like
It
India is one of the
is.
biggest populations in the world, you know.
Heck yeah.
So
In the UK,
if it's gonna pick
she
up
buys
anywhere, I'll
all my
pick up over
books.
there.
Everything I do, she buys. So I have a little bit of a presence in the UK, and I have a friend in Singapore that I'm shipping out his stuff to. I'm getting some interesting traction in other places. So I'm like, oh, this is just the beginning. It's like, but yeah, India is a huge market. So that's freaking that's a big dude. You gotta pat yourself on the back with that one, man. That's freaking amazing, my friend.
Heck yeah.
But keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, thank you. And then I'm
Hmm.
talking to a guy in
Let's freaking go.
Calette Comics, and we're
Yeah.
working over there too. I'm part of their like production team, I guess. So we're still in talks,
Heck yeah,
but I'm
man.
hoping
Let's
to
freaking
bring some
go.
big things next time we speak. You know what I mean? So
Dude, that's what it's all about,
keep
man.
your
Keep
guys'
going.
eyes
You gotta
out for
keep
me because
striving,
I'm
man.
hoping
Keep
to make a
going. Don't
big
give up,
presence.
brother. I was like, I know that imposter syndrome can kick in sometimes, but I'm saying make it your bitch. You can find me here at Kevysie Fate on Spotify. You can go to my Kevin site YouTube, Kevin site Instagram. My main Instagram, I am Kevin Davis Official. You can see all my business tags on there too. And Frankie Goody, my friend. Asheville Comics is on the rise, guys. I mean, you never know. You might get an Asheville Kevin site collaboration someday. Who knows? You never know. The link is in the description of this video. Make sure
You
you go
never
back
know.
to
You never
support the
know. I'm open
man
to it.
and gals and get this book funded and get the series to completion. Because I got the honor of reading it, and Jesus Christ, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. But support indie and Frank, brother. I'll
Thank
see
you.
you
Thank you.
guys on the flip side as well. Keep up what you're doing, Asheville Comics, and we'll see you guys next time.